Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, I'm actually Ronnie Miller of Roche. Robin Hunt had actually volunteered to leave the company, I'm pleased to say, as opposed to the other companies he'd worked for, so it didn't cause me much of a problem. But Robin, thanks for all the mentions that I had earlier. I'd like to thank Mitch and Joe Knott, the organisers of this meeting, and they were very clear. As I stand here today, it's an honour to induct Ilona Torontali. Now, Mitch and Joe gave me some very strict criteria for the individual that would be saying a few words about Ilona. First, they had to be someone that knew Ilona for quite some years, who spent a significant amount of time with her, worked together on significant initiatives, and understands what it's like to be in the trenches shoulder to shoulder. Second, it had to be someone who also had a great amount of respect for Ilona, who could truly appreciate all the contributions she made to Roche Canada over the years. And third, for those of you who are familiar with Ilona, she's incredibly modest and really doesn't like a lot of attention or being the centre of attention. So the organisers certainly did not want someone who would embarrass her or potentially use inappropriate language when given the microphone. So unfortunately, that person couldn't make it today, so I'm here to recognise Ilona. So Ilona, don't worry, I'll do my best not to embarrass you. But with regards to the first 2 points, I'm really honoured to have the opportunity to be here and recognise the great work you've done for the industry, but of course, more importantly for me over the past 15 years for Roche. Ilona, certainly we've been in the trenches together. You've done a wonderful job getting all our new products listed, fighting those battles with the reimbursement and also global sometimes to get the correct price. Now, prior to joining Roche, I'd heard of Ilona's reputation. She worked for the ODB at the time with Linda Tennant. I did meet her, and understanding her name, Ilona Torontali, I thought a Torontali was someone that was born and brought up in Toronto, of course, being a stupid Scot. But Ilona's half Dutch and half Hungarian, so you can read into that in terms of the personality. Now, Ilona, being the person she is when she joined the company, she heard that I liked to play golf. And being of her character, she said, well, let's get it over with. So in a very, very wet fall afternoon at Lionhead Golf Club at Legends, which is a very tough course, Ilona turned up with a rented set of golf clubs, 3 new golf balls, and a pair of white training shoes. So it proved to be a very, very, very long 9 holes. And I think I spent more time looking for your golf ball than I've done for Joe Knott over the past 17 years. So, I mean, Ilona, just as a character reference, you wanted to get out the way, but she came and joined in, and she's done that every single initiative that we've placed in front of her over the years. And it's that character that really has created a large and expanding network of colleagues, not only in the industry where she's highly respected, but in Roche, where she's highly respected too. Ilona sits on our global pricing team. She's highly thought of and sought after for input as we develop our pricing strategies, and based on the agenda this morning, we know how difficult that could be. She also does a great deal of volunteer work, both here and also internationally. And she's known within the company as a very, very modest, humble, but erudite person. You do not want to pick an argument nor a fight with Ilona, because you will probably lose. Now, I think in often areas of expertise to work, people expand their knowledge and bring that different knowledge to the job. Ilona's job's evolved over the years from basically communications, public affairs, and reimbursement. And when Lorenzo Biondi, who was a previous inductee at the Hall of Fame, retired a couple of years ago, Ilona volunteered, or was voluntold, to take on regulatory affairs. Ilona, being Ilona, went back to college and got a diploma in regulatory affairs while she was still doing the job. And that's just a fantastic achievement. But I could stand here and gab on about how great you are, but I think the best thing, Ilona, is to describe some of the quotes from some of the team that you've worked with. It's fair to say that you're my alter ego. My sort of fire-ready aim approach is calmed down by a little steadier hand on the tiller from you. You do believe in something, you have a great deal of compassion, and when you've got belief, you will definitely see it over the line. But let me just read a few quotes from people who know Ilona and work with her. Ilona is an incredibly bright, knowledgeable, supportive leader who has a unique ability to balance the needs of the organization. She manages change effectively and is an inspiration to her team. Ilona is a phenomenal leader for the Public Affairs Division. She manages a unique range of departments in the organization and handles it with intelligence, strength, and determination. She inspires and motivates you to want to work better. And Ilona creates time and space for every individual on her team, provides dedicated focus and excellent coaching, feedback, and support. But above all, and I think has been highlighted by previous inductees, Ilona puts patients at the center of everything we do. Roche has a philosophy of doing now what patients need next, and Ilona certainly demonstrated that from her years of being an HIV pharmacist in the Wellesley Hospital and right up into the present day. But I should add a qualifier. Although at work, Ilona puts patients first, at home, her family certainly comes first. And I could think of no better reflection on that as when her sons took up snowboarding. She has 3 sons, twins, and an elder son. Ilona didn't go and just sit in the bar and have a few aperos. She actually did the snowboarding class with them. Probably spent most of it sitting on your backside on the slopes, but that's a mark of who Ilona is. So I thought it'd be best to close before I welcome you to the stage to give some ideas of what your sons actually think of you. So Graham, he said, she's such a great mum, I couldn't be more proud of her. Spencer had this to say, she's so selfless, I'm glad that she's being recognized for her hard work. And Justin being Justin, besides the time she spends watching The Bachelor on Mondays, she is a true inspiration and the best mother I could have asked for. So ladies and gentlemen, I can't top that. Let's welcome Ilona Torontali to the stage.
I wasn't quite sure what to expect, so that was a little tamer than I was actually geared up for, so thanks, Ronnie. I'm tremendously honored to be receiving this acknowledgement today. I'd like to thank the National Pharmaceutical Congress, the team at Chronicle Companies, Joe Knott, and Ronnie for this nomination. I like to believe that I'm at the midpoint of my career, so hopefully this award doesn't suggest that I'm close to retirement in any way, and I'd like to share just a quick few reflections. The pace of change in healthcare and pharmaceutical policy evolution is really unprecedented, as we all know, and based on the conversations that we had this morning. Overall, though, I believe this bodes well for the industry. While there are short-term challenges, the innovation that we continue to see through many interesting R&D models creates not only interesting and innovative science, but inspiring solutions for patients and their families. There's a tremendous opportunity for us, as never before, to work in public-private partnerships in all areas, from regulatory modernization to pricing reform, from logistics and supply chain efficiencies to innovative models for clinical research. As a pharmacist who graduated many years ago, 1987, from U of T, I had no idea at that time of all the doors that would open to me, from retail and hospital pharmacy practice to drug plan management in government and ultimately the pharma industry, which I now call home. I'd like to acknowledge my first mentor, Leslie Levac, the former assistant dean at the Faculty of Pharmacy and my line manager at the ambulatory care clinic at the Wellesley Hospital. In my time in government, I was blessed to work with my first true dream team, David Shum, Mona Saberwal, Scott Gavura, Bennett Lee, to name a few. I learned so much from that incredibly talented group, not only around the inner workings of government, but more importantly, what it means to be a leader, especially when you're surrounded by people who are far smarter than yourself. In my current position at Roche, again, I work directly with an amazing group of VPs, some of whom are here today, an outstanding group of directors, Pino, David, Ina, Lisa, and Angela, and they inspire me and engage me in so many ways. Very importantly, I could not survive a day in my role at Roche without the amazing support of our senior associates. A special shout out to the awe-inspiring Daisy and Jacqueline, who make me laugh every day and keep me on the straight and narrow and tell me where I need to be. Thank you to my family, who could not be here today, but who support me in more ways than I can mention. And last but not least, when I came to Roche 14 years ago to meet with the leadership team at that time to chat about the role at Roche, what sold me on the company as much as the strong science and high integrity of the organization was the infectious presence of our fearless and always entertaining leader, Ronnie. Ronnie inspires me every day to make good decisions, to be a good leader, but most importantly, to enjoy life and all the blessings we have in front of us. Thank you for your unwavering support and friendship. Thank you.